We are at the fancy cafe. Okay. Also, that was a very interesting meeting. I didn't expect that Kotaro to actually met with her before. Huh. I'm here at the fancy cafe, dining in the open air. The men are sitting across from each other. Both of them have grave, tense expressions. Attention wafts in the air, like two martial artists about to fight. Okay. Okay, Asaka and Kotaro doing some weird stuff. Young Asaka, they cannot. They bring the forks to their mouths at the same time. It's a party today. Specifically, a tartlet au chocolat. It's like ice springs to life. Okay?
これは江坂さん。
なんということだ。
In a low, trembling voice, he calls out to a waiter.
責任者を呼べ。
What's happening?
店長の小塚でございます。お客様、何か問題でも。
It's the best thing ever, probably, or something.
問題があったかったの。
Yeah.
貴様。
Asaka looks so serious. He glares at the manager with a terrifying intensity.
あるものか。素晴らしい味だ。
ありがとうございます。
クレームシャンティで出されるものと似ているようだ。
And when the manager's expression changes from one of abject terror to a different sort of surprise.
お気づきで、当店の菓子職人は以前シャンティに在籍しておりまして。
Okay.
食感も焼き加減も申し分ない。道理でシャンティの味が
申し訳ございません。
この味なら帳消しだ。ひいきにさせてもらうぞ。
Okay.
ありがとうございます。
I've already gotten used to these vexing back and
負
forths.
けますねこれ。
Okay. So having some wholesome time with cakes and stuff with Asaka. This is where we normally part ways, but Asaka seems different today.
今日はもう少し良いかね。
Okay, what's up?
はい。構わない。
I'm just gonna nuke something in the microwave for dinner anyway. We chant as we walk around the station's vicinity.
いつも中年の道楽に付き合わせてすまない。
いや、いつもおごってもらってありがたいっす。それに俺、いつでも暇なんで。
市内の有名店はこれで制覇したことになる。
Okay.
もう一巡してくれてもいいくらいです。付き合います。
He already went to all the stores. Jesus.
悪くは
How
ない。
much time passed?
今はやめておこう。
Okay.
ちょうど良い頃合いかもしれんからな。何の利害関係もない友人というのは貴重なものだからな。
そうですね。打算の友達って虚しいです。
Okay.
同感だ。だから一巡するまではせめて友でいようと思っていた。
Okay. So you do want him on your team. Actually. You want him on Guardians. But you still see him as a kid, basically. Like, he should, like, have some high school life. Yeah, that's how Asaka is. I remember, like, this is how I remembered Asaka. The same he did for Shizuru,
だがそれも
I
今日
guess.
で終わりかもしれん。
Like, Shizuru and the teacher, they wanted, like, and Lucia as well. For Shizuru and Lucia, they tried to give them, like, normal school life. As much as possible. The Guardians are awesome. For a while, the meaning of those words evades me.
俺たちここまでって。
どうかな。それはわかる。
俺なんかミスしました。江坂さんを失望させましたか。
いいや、そうではない。
じゃあどうして。
Some kind of big battle. You don't know if he will ever come back or something. And wonder. I'm so lost. It seems he's about to cut ties with me.
天王寺君、
Asaka straightens up and speaks to me with a strong gaze.
私は君を
Okay. I want you to what? To do what? I return home feeling restless. I feel like I'm walking in a different world. It's Asaka who made me feel like this.
まだ親の保護の下にあんのに
Yeah, okay.
あんな話
So he did ask him to join his business or something. I don't think like he yet told him that he wants him on Guardians.
その件は何とかしよ
Or maybe he did actually. Oh, they're still talking. Okay. Huh. So he got to learn about Guardians earlier than Gaia. The core of the head is still hot. It's never been this hot in my entire life. Being hard about it, that's what Master Asaka has told me.
あの話を受けたら江坂さんとは友達ではなくなる
Pretty much, yeah. Instead, we'll have a different relationships, or so he said.
う。天皇寺君、私は君を。
Yeah.
君は我々の組織に来るべきだ。超人である君は。
Night. I had an argument with my parents, as usual. Martha was the reason. I told them again about how I wanted to leave the group. Asaka's proposal did encourage me, but I wanted to leave either way. Our argument continued late into the night. That was bound to happen sooner or later. The sparks had been smoldering for quite a while now. Okay. I don't feel like sleeping at all, with my back lying down on my bed. The time just passes by. Eventually, I manage to gather my thoughts. Or perhaps I should say I've strengthened my resolve. No matter how hard I think, I can't see any other possible options ahead of me. The possibility of consulting with my parents has already been cut off. I don't have any friends who I can speak with about it either. That leaves me with no other option. It's the middle of the night, but I have no doubt that he will accept. I want to say it now. I want to make a decision this very moment. I dial a number registered on my phone. He picks up after just one ring.
家を出たいと思ってるんです
So wait, so you're telling me that before the accident, before Kotori healed him and he went into coma, he was actually a member of Guardians? Originally? That was actually a thing? Unless, like I said, like this is like totally new experience. We don't know this really. We never had this backstory to this degree. So cannot really tell if this is, you know, same backstory or revisited and different. I would assume it can be totally different. But who knows? Until we have the accident, I don't know if we are going to even have an accident. This is when the turbulent times of my life began. At the break of dawn, I leave home. Okay, we're leaving. Holy shit. That is actually unexpected. I don't say any goodbyes, nor do I leave anything behind for them. I simply disappear. So, I feel like this is actually different. Because after he woke up in the hospital and stuff, his parents still was like going back homes from time to time and stuff. They welcome him back or something? This part may be different. I simply disappear. Asaka promised that he would deal with the aftermath. School, Martel, my family, everything. Given my age, everything I'm doing is absolutely insane. While I troubled myself over those worries, Asaka told me this.
君の言う通り、単なる子供の家出であれば私は手伝わない。だが、今回の提案を受け入れるのならば、私は君を大人の男とみなす。
Okay.
覚悟しておけ。辛いのはこれからだ。
I don't care if things get tough. This time, I believed I would become a real somebody somewhere. That hope brings a spring to my step. There's a car parked in front of the campus house. Engine is running. Seems like they're going somewhere. It's so early in the morning.
おはようございます
ずいぶん早くに
Okay.
どうなさったの？
いえ、ちょっと部活の朝練で。
I wonder if like the accident that happened, because we always assumed in the beginning, like in Rewrite, that it happened because like Kotori and Kotaro been like childhood friends and similar age, and he just like, you know, I don't know, like walked up on the tree or something to like tree house or something and fall down or whatever. I don't exactly remember. But what if like that was not just accident? What if he was like fighting with familiar, basically protecting Kotori, and that's how he got mortally wounded? But he just don't remember this, and he thought like, oh, I just fall down, and that's what everyone told him. And Asaka like probably cut ties with him as well from Guardians, because he was like, yeah, I'm not endangering your life anymore. Just get alive. I wonder, like, it's still in the realm of the same possibility, like it actually happened. I'm so curious, like, where this is going.
部活をしていたんだ。何部？
卓球部。
Soccer base. I often make this kind of careless mistake when I have to fabricate a lie on the spot.
サッカー？野球？
サッカー部です。
頑張ってくださいね。
はい。
Okay.
家族旅行。
そうなんだ。娘も一緒に。
Come back Kotori in the back seat with her head down. She seems dejected. She probably still hasn't gotten over Pero's death. So there is going on a trip to cheer her up, huh? Oh. Wait. Why I have... Okay, I have so many questions right now. Okay, I did not have any choices so far. Outside of the one that I was forced to do. Why I can't click don't stop them? Wait, what? Why I can't click this? It's forcing me to stop them. I don't remember Kotori backstory when her parents die, but it's possible like this is the event that makes Kotori parents die. Like they're going to be in an accident or something. Maybe they died in the accident. I don't remember Kotori backstory to be honest, so you can remind me in the comments. But if we stop them, they're probably going to leave. Is this forcing me just because this is new Fury that Kagari made? Like, this is the diversion we are doing from the main game. Like, in the main game, Kotaro did not stop them back in the time. But this time around, we will stop them. And this is just for the showing of... This option is never going to be available, basically. It's just to show, like, what happened last time in the previous words. I will go with this, but yeah. Let's stop them. Let's see. I have to stop them. No, I don't have any reason. That's what I'm feeling.
旅行ってどうしても行かないといけない。
どうして？
理由はうまく説明できないんですけど、というか止める理由なんてないですよね。
多分ね。
ですよね。
Okay. Of course I can't stop them. Why did the thought even occur to me in the first place? I agree to Kotori. After knocking on the window car, the glass will lower us down.
お前の生き方参考になった。そのことだけ礼を言っとく。
突然何？
そんだけだよ。じゃあな。
待って。
She tugs on my sleeve.
どこ行くの？
卓球部の朝練。サッカーを足じゃなくてバットでやる新スポーツだ。
嘘だね。
Okay. It's translation problem here. If you say so, and she said usodane, so it's like, it's a lie, isn't it? Basically, I would translate it like that.
戻ってくるの？
Sharp girl, this one. She might just be a brat, but she can be a real nuisance. All the more reason why I can't tell her the truth.
俺もマーテルを辞めることにしたんだ。でも、親は許してくれなかったんで。
As I managed to come up with a good lie.
そうなんだ。収穫祭。
Harvest Festival, as mentioned, okay.
収穫祭っていうのやるんでしょ？
ああ、でかいお祭りだ。でかすぎて、どこ行っていいかわかんない。
案内してよ。
どうして俺？
友達なんていないんだから。
Aww,
君が案内してよ。
okay.
いや、その理屈がよくわからないんだが。
いいから。
強引なやつだな。戻ってきたら案内してやるよ。
I've learned one thing. The one lie, it will quickly cascade into the next.
約束だから。
Okay.
破ったら針千本。
じゃあそろそろ行くよ。お父さんとお母さん。
you better get back here. Actually, you made a promise with her.
はい。
So we can't stop them anyway from leaving. This is interesting. But we did thought about this.
ありがとう。
The campus car starts up and drives away. Kotori was looking my way the entire time. In the end, it feels like the two of us are getting along just a little better. The moment I decide to escape, I finally make a friend. However ironic. Okay. So I think like her parents going to die on this trip or something. That's why we had the option to stop or not stop them. Very interesting choice that was. Okay, now we in the Guardians, but it doesn't have official name. Okay. The organization as a whole doesn't have an official name. However, they are sometimes symbolically referred to by a title. Guardian. Okay. So it is actually a title here as well. After leaving Kazamatsuri and crossing over several mountains, we arrive at a certain city. These streets are brimming with people. But for someone like me who grew up in Kazamatsuri, everything looks worn down. Interesting, so we are living like actually Kazamatsuri, like totally. It's as if the city as a whole is wary.
これ、
Oh!
ドブの匂いですか?
It's that city where Shizuru's mom and father lives, where her family lives. If you walked around Kazamatsuri, you would never experience smelling the stench of the sewage wafting about. Honestly, I'm pretty freaked out.
一つ言っておくが、今まで貴様が住んでいた町、家庭、学校、どれもひな壇の最上段にあったものだ。
Yeah.
現実とは匂うものだ。あの町に住んでいると、人はそのことを忘れてし
I
まう。
wonder if we are going to see actually small Shizuru here as well.
天王寺、貴様はもう風祭りを
I think like we're going to meet with everyone
決して忘れるな。
for a brief moment at least. Like with Akana.
はい。
I've been pulled out of my comfort zone and into the cold harshness of reality. A new life is going to begin in this dull, sullen city. A large, defunct sports stadium served as a Guardian's training facility.
案内はここまでだ。行け。話は通してある。
Okay.
江坂さんは来ないんですか?
誰かに手を引かれながら兵隊をやるつもりかね。
いえ。
まずは基礎訓練を受けて半人前になる。今の貴様はそれ以下だ。
Okay. Saka leaves without even giving a proper goodbye. I'm stunned. Yeah. We're not friends anymore. Kinda suck. He said it would be rough, but I didn't expect it to be this kind of rough. Yeah. The sooner the better, I guess. I give myself a couple of slaps on the cheeks. I can't lose heart now. There isn't anyone at the reception desk. I suppose that's expected since it's not the business. In business, I knock on the admin office door and explain everything to the lady. Okay, we have a gym. Okay. The first training room I'm led to already has a few dozen other boys and girls working out on their own. Okay, we are going to get ripped. Okay, sure. And by boys and girls, I'd say they're pretty much my age. There are a few others in their 20s and 30s, but those are rare.
全員俺と同類だってのか。
Those who have monstrous powers and can live with a proper life. As I said that I'm one of those. But I'm one of many others. Also, I just realized, like, also the other difference outside of, like, original timeline. Like I said, I'm still not entirely convinced that this backstory is totally original. You know what I mean? Like, it might be actually a part of what actually happened in the rewrite. But one thing that I just thought about, I mean, I probably thought about this before, but I don't think I articulated it before. Kotaro should have the Aurora abilities after the accident, after Kotori healed him. This time he have them here now. Outside of his rewrite abilities, he also have like lingering Aurora abilities. Not like Aurora itself, because he cannot create Blade, or at least like he's unable to for now, but he can like control his blood. And I don't think this is related to his rewrite ability. It's like Kagari just left in him enough of Aurora for him to be able to do that in this Fury. Or actually connected Aurora to the rewrite ability, so it's like one and the same. So it could be actually rewrite ability, like he wanted I don't know, to have a weapon, and he was bleeding at the time, and suddenly he can control blood, you know, something like that. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. Like I said, that I'm one of those, that I'm one of many others. With those companions, maybe I can lead a proper life. The room I'm given in the dorm is a shared room of 9 square meters. It's a sparsely furnished room with only a bunk bed and a small shelf. It's good for resting and nothing else. I need to be strong. I can't keep getting shocked at every little thing. Apparently whoever is in charge is currently out and will be back by evening. I might as well just lie around in bed and wait, so the old me would have thought. I change into the t-shirt and tracksuit and head to the training room. Everyone's just working out in silence. The only ones having a pleasant chat while using the machines are those older than 20. Yeah, it looks like they know each other. Those in their teens are quietly doing push-ups on their own or running the indoor course. Not a bad atmosphere at all. After warming up, I start running. Evening comes. After finishing their training, most everyone is just standing by the hall.
全員半端じゃない体力だ。
Yeah. Almost no one here has any less stamina than I do. And that's not just endurance either.
やるか。
Oh? You want to use the right to be better than them? Again? It feels like I should start bulking up as soon as I can. I technically don't even need to train, yeah. I still wonder, like, what are his limits here on the right. As long as I wish for it, it will come true. As long as I press down the accelerator, I can go as fast as I want. Up until now, I just kept my foot on the brakes so I could keep in line with society. But now I don't need to anymore. Okay, this is dangerous. Also, yeah, this actually, I also didn't thought about this. This is not exactly how it went in the rewrite. This is 100% different. I mean, 100% different, but probably it's similar to what happened in rewrite. Because if Kotaro had rewrite ability since back then, and he was rewriting himself so much, so he's so strong, why would be he so, like, relatively so weak after he woke up from coma, you know? Like, his strength shouldn't disappear, basically, after he woke up. So, this actually never happened in the OG timeline. Okay, I think like, now when I think about this, this clarifies things for me. Yeah, this is totally different backstory for Kotaru that probably has some mixed in his origins as well, like meeting with young Akane, meeting with Kotori, being friends with her, meeting with Pero. All of this, like, these little like details are still there, but it went into totally different direction. He was actually improving himself by rewrite without caring. Yeah. Why would I think it's exactly the same? I don't know. I think my brain froze for whatever reasons. For this recording session or whatever. I don't know how long I'm recording actually. I'll check it at some point. I don't know which episode is this even. I still haven't uploaded any of these episodes. I still haven't like even edited anything from Terra yet when I'm here. If this is just going to slow me down, then I might just as well.
まだ様子見だ。
In the first place, I don't even know what kind of the superpowers I have. From what Asaka told me, most of superhumans who join Guardians have some sort of special ability. I glance around my surroundings at my companions.
あいつ、
Oh, Imamiya is here!
中学の時の。
Oh, okay. We never spoke before, but I recognize him. He was from the classroom beside mine and often came over to my class to hang out. All the acquaintances are paying. Hopefully he isn't looking this way. Well, back in the day you thought that you were different. Now it seems like you are not that much different. The atmosphere of the hall completely changes. The crowd runs over to the instructor.
清水だ。ここの責任者をしている。
Shimizu. Okay, never heard your name.
我々の組織について知っている者もいれば、そのあたりはおいおいと理解を深めていってもらうことになるが、組織の性質上よって内情の提示は訓練の進捗状況並びに基準の深度に応じて個別に行う。当施設で諸君は基礎訓練と並行して狩猟技能と呼ばれるこいつでに聞いているとは思うが、過酷な仕事だ。死者も出る。我々の仕事はあらゆる国家、法、倫理から逸脱したものであること。一般社会では決して全力を発揮することは許されなかった諸君だが、ここでは力の限りを尽くす。
Okay.
この仕事は世界平和の維持に寄与するものでもある。優れた超人たるものにふさわしい力の使い方を学んでくれ。
超人。
That's what people like us are called. Superhumans and hunters. I recall Kashima Sakura questioning me. Monsters, hunting knights, forest power no human could possess. Superhumans, unfathomable powers, secrets, transcendence, hunting
ことを
instincts.
探られていたんだ。
Yeah, she was trying to figure out if you are from Guardian or you know about them. She was saying if I had any involvement with Guardian. At the time, I really had only just gotten to know Asaka. Given that, I was able to evade any unwanted reactions. Now I understand what she meant by being a stray. She must have considered me as someone outside the loop, someone unaffiliated with
基礎訓
Guardian.
練過程の説明に入る前に何か質問はあるか。
Not a single hand is raised. It takes quite a bit of courage, but I boldly raise my hand. I probably have much less information than the others.
天王寺だな。なんだ、
俺たちの仕事って何ですか？
江坂さんから聞かされていないのか。
はい。
At the second name, the crowd stares. I can feel piercing gazes digging into me. Okay, so probably others know that Asaka is very high in the ranks, and they're like surprised that he talked to Asaka even.
なんだこの感じ。
いくつかある。最もわかりやすいものは魔物の存在を世間から隠蔽し駆除することだ。こちらの調査によると、お前は私的に魔物狩りをしていたそうだが。
Yeah.
あ、はい。
So they were looking into me.
原則そのようなものと考えてよい。 これ以上他に質問がなければ今後の具体的な予定について説明する。
So no information about Gaia and like E and anything like that. Yeah, just yeah, you are out there saving the world from familiars. That's it. That's all you will know for now. Get better for better information. And then our training begins. Okay, training montage for Kotaro. Are we going to just step on accelerator and beat everyone with everything or not? Are we actually going to have to sweat a little bit? Our training begins. First, we have several weeks of basic training. Okay, we're like time skipping fast here. Stuff like physical training, practical skills, and lessons to go with it. We got up at 5 in the morning and went to bed at 9 in the evening. The first 2 weeks, we did nothing but march. Carrying rucksacks filled with weights, we would march through mountains and forests from morning to evening. We started out with 15 kilograms of weights. Every day they would add 5 more kilos. Holy Jesus. That would add up so fast. They said traveling long distances with the heavy equipment is the form of training. We would have to cover 60 kilometers with 80 kilos of weight strapped on, all within 12 hours. Okay. What really shocked me was that this much was considered at the bare minimum. The training was so rough that I was pretty much throwing up every time. So you did not railroad yourself again, okay? Trying to sort this with your current strength. Okay. Along with that, we had to learn map reading and navigational skills. That much would let us go whenever orders would take us at the very least. Next, we learned about combat. We received close quarter combat training with bare hands, everyday items and tools like fire axes and longbows. We also learned knife techniques and how to handle actual combat knives, but only as an aside. Guns weren't even part of the curriculum. It's because Japan's gun control laws make it difficult to carry a firearm. Well, we know that they can manage to get a bunch of guns. It's just because you are just a trainees here right now. As for our enemies, the term pertains to both familiars and humans. Rather than killing familiars, finding and tracking down the summoner who controls them would be much easier. Okay, so you do get to know about the summoners. Through the training, I became aware of the possibility that I might actually have to kill someone. The lectures we were given on the familiars were especially interesting, and we know from the beginning of the game that Kotaro never killed anyone until the very end of the Fury 3 that we had. Because we went back in time, right? Like firing the gun that on this truck at the end. That was the first time. The actual given on familiar were especially interesting. Okay, we learned that for every familiar there is a corresponding user. That means that every one of the familiars that I killed had someone controlling it. Those users are called summoners. They create and control those familiars. The group of people is symbolized by the name Gaia. Okay, so you do get actually this information. Guardian and Gaia are at odds with each other. Using those familiars, they conduct assassinations and even cause revolutions. Guardian exists as a deterrent to such a threat. Okay, sure. Since the Age of Legends, it has always been the hero's duty to defeat the demons. The same applies even now. They just now do it under the veil of the secrecy, unseen by others. Monsters and superhumans. Those are things that shouldn't be public knowledge. Hunting familiars. It's also in confrontation against the will of those lurking behind them. Also, this is interesting that Kagari decided that Kotaro should ultimately actually side with Guardians in order for humanity to preserve in the future. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, I wouldn't put Kotaro in Gaia as well. Like, I just don't get Gaia. Like, these guys are just mad. And there's also a confrontation against the wheel of those lurking behind them. It's a fight of man versus man. It's a conflict, not of nation against nation, but ideology against ideology.
単純なことじゃないぞ。
I've prepared myself. Still, my heart is wavering just a little bit.
よう、勇者先生。
Mr. Hero? Really? So we are on good terms with Imamiya this time around. Okay. Does he look younger? Or not? I don't know. We barely had him in the game. But he had glasses, I remember, later.
今宮。
During a break in training, Imamiya speaks to me all friendly-like. Just as I recognized him, it seems like he also recognized me. Neither of us are even remotely close, but now he's talking to me like we're close friends. But his smile, it looks fabricated. Even a few days in, I still can't get used to it.
その勇者ってのやめてくれよ。
だって実戦経験者なわけじゃん。リスペクトするしかねえ。
Okay. I don't know, did he look different? I think he did. Wait, don't we have like actually characters in the config? Ah, he's not here. Anyway.
人知れず魔物狩りしてたって正直少し引くけどね。まあ事情あったんだろ。深入りしねえし。ちなみに俺と天王寺君は仮チームメイトね。
そうなったか。
マジで期待させてもらうわ。正直三国みてえな化け物と張れる気しねえか。
What is the Mikuni? Mikuni is another one in our group. Oh, okay. Wait, is this a competition now? Normally Garen operates in teams. Apart from very specific circumstances, you don't work solo. It would be the best to have teammates with similar levels of endurance. That's why those of similar levels tends to get grouped together. Honestly, I don't feel confident working with Mikuni. Mamiya probably feels the same.
でもそこは天王寺君がうまくやってくれればさ。なあ。一応上も相性ってもんも見てはくれるはずだし、正式編成でも同じチームになりたいよね。
What's your play? I don't know if I trust you or not. I see. This guy thinks I'm some kind of veteran who actually go toe-to-toe with Mikuni. Yeah, not the case, probably.
俺はそこまで強くないって。
またご謙遜を。みんな噂してるし、あの三国だって警戒してるっぽい。
Definitely some unsolicited pressure later. Nothing good comes from having the bar rise higher.
そんな噂になるようなことか。
組織でもお前のことはずっとマークしてたってよ。
そういうことか。
Okay. That's why they saved me at the time. Even Kashima Sakura over the Martel started probing me too. But both groups already had me marked. I'm standing in the middle of the really dangerous bridge right now.
なあ、個人的な疑問なんだけどさ、どうして個人で魔物狩りなんてやってたんだ？
Venting out.
あれか？昔彼女でも殺されたとか？
いや、そんなんじゃ。
Nah.
うまく説明できない。
Honestly, I'm still embarrassed at myself even now.
天王寺君って能力の目覚めいつだった？
Actually, yeah. We didn't get the backstory on when he actually awakened this power, when he got aware of this.
そっちは？
俺は進学してからすぐのスポーツテストでやばい数字が出て。
Okay.
やけに調子いいなって思ってたら、パワーもスピードもセンスも倍化してて。
Okay.
調子乗りそうになってたところで。家に黒服が来て、ジ・エンド。
Okay.
黒服 ?MIB?
何
No.
MIB って。
I think black.
メインブラックって。
Yeah.
いや、悪い。続けてくれ。
How, Imamiya, how do you not know that?
そいつらが親のこととかこれからのこととか全部段取っててさ、親はスポーツ特待生で遠くの学校に通ってるって。
へえ、そういうので子供持っていくんだ。
まあ大学まで続けて結局実らず現地就職ってシナリオだけどな。途中で死んだら自己死、そういう手続きになってる。
Yeah.
すごいんだな。
みんな似たようなもんでしょう。天王寺君は違うかもしれんけど。
Actually, we don't know what the backstory is for us,
江
right?
坂さんのこととか聞きたいけど、どうせ話しちゃいけないんでしょ。
いや、俺マジでそのあたり知らなくて。
いいよいいよ、一応軍隊だもんなここ。
I mean, yeah. Pretty much. The military. That's awfully different from the familiar hunting that I'd imagined. I'm second guessing myself, wondering if I really made the right choice. Can I really adapt to the military lifestyle?
で、そっちの覚醒はいつ？これは機密じゃねえはず。
俺は多分子供の頃。
Yeah, okay.
ジュニア時代からのジーニアスっぷり、神の子かおめえ。
悪い、自慢のつもりじゃ。
いやマジで怒ってるわけじゃないって。俺基本ふざけるんでいちいち本気で取らないで。ただマジですげえよそれは。俺なんか部活でうまくいかなくてイライラして覚醒だからな。かっこつかねえ。
Okay.
そういうきっかけがいるんだ。
I couldn't go into a good club and then I work in.
それが一番多いパターンよ。ま、俺もまだ詳しかないけどね。
I couldn't do good in club and then awaken my powers from that. Huh, so he can't access his powers, like, on will, at least yet? There's some kind of trigger for it?
抑圧を受けていることがきっかけになるって。
People are born with certain temperaments. I suppose being a superhuman or summoner is part of that.
まあ、天王寺君が外向きの性格だって分かって安心したよ。そんなら絶対気もあったはずだし、もっと前から声かけときゃよかったよ。
Yeah, I thought I would not speak to you though.
つか、どうして学校で一人でいたわけ？
Because of my amazing superpowers.
どうしてって、俺が外向きの性格って。悪い。今ちょっとどうしてそう思った？
な、超人って基本性格出んのよ。傲慢になるっていうか、自信ありげっていうか。
Okay, yeah, and Kotaro's been overconfident, like a lot. And this ended when he found the dinosaur in the forest.
態度に出ないでプライド高いやつも中にはいるけど、もともとそういうタイプだから試練が起きても自力でどうにかできるって思いが高じて、でスーパーパワー覚醒。
Okay. Now that I think about it, everyone in this training facility seems to have some kind of level of confidence. They exude this aura of being able to stay centered regardless of environment. But I...
わかった。クールだけど内心熱いパターンでしょ。いいと思うよ、そういうの。かっけえし。
買いに行くなよ。
Did I want to change myself? I mean, that's technically not wrong, but it doesn't seem quite right. I've always been content with the status quo. So, why did those hunters' powers suddenly manifested in me?
まあ、とにかく頑張ろうぜ。俺たちここでやっていくしかねえんだから。
そうだな。
My cherry expression suddenly turns grim.
俺らもう運動選手にもなれねえし、部活にも本気出せねえんだからさ。
Uh-huh. Pretty much. Okay, so... What now? My rankings, which had reached hero levels, suddenly fell after the physical fitness exam. Oh? Out of 42 people, I placed 42nd. What? Okay. Absolute bottom of the barrel.
どうしちゃったの？やたら低いんすけど。
You had so much faith in me. Mami is 6th from the bottom, making him pretty low in the ranking as well. In the end, he and I are placed on the same team. I think it's pretty safe to say that it's just a group of rejects. Like our gold plating has suddenly peeled off.
信じらんねえ。
That's a new place.
ザコインなら鳴り物入りで登場すんなよな。くそ、別ののし上がり方考えねえと。
Wow. You got me a showed up with the baseless high hopes, get disappointed from his baseless assumption, and then left. Well, that's the end of that, I suppose. You still haven't rewritten yourself,
嘘つ
though.
きの人、俺のダミーナイフどこ？
自分で取ってこい。
はあ？頼んどいたじゃん。
ああいうのは一方的に要求したって言うんだよ。
おいおい、何ほざいてんの？使えなさすぎんだけど。能力ねえんだから、他のことで貢献しようとか思わ
You
ね
don't have any power. Yeah, my power is literally do whatever I want. I want to get stronger, I get stronger. I guess like Imamiya and others have like actually some visible powers and stuff, like, you know, the teacher was like throwing knives and they were like homing targets and stuff like this. Everyone probably have something similar. Like Imamiya said like his like senses doubled and stuff. But apart of that, maybe there's something else. But yeah, I think like they just sees Kotaro as like just stronger than adult, you know? Because he haven't like really used his power that much to level up. Ignored. There's nothing to gain by even looking at Imamiya. I know that very well.
聞こえてっか。
While I'm organizing the equipment in the training room, a military boot flies against the back of my head.
聞こえてるけど聞くつもりがない。
あ？何言ってんの？無視すんなよ。
自分で行け。自分の装備だろ。
人並みに意見してんなよ、バカ。一番成績低いやつが労働に励む。
Jesus. Something swung around and smacked Mamiya on the back of his head.
言ってよ、西九条。
Oh. She's here. It's a dummy knife. The hard rubber knife that we used in training. The dummy knife was struck is what struck him on the head.
自分だって大した成績じゃないでしょ。
She's in the same age group as them. Or is she just part of Guardian and it's just younger her, younger her, you know? Or is she still the trainee here? Let's see. The one who threw it is Nishikuchi Toka, another of my teammates. Okay, so she's also fairly low on the rankings, it seems. She, Imamiya, and Kotaro have been the same team in this universe. Okay, I did not expect that. Wow. This is so vastly different.
一応このチームじゃ一番なんだけどね。
ワーストチームのね。自
Wow.
分の装備は自分で面倒見る決まりじゃなくて。
Imamiya is better than her in the rankings? This ranking sucks. What are you ranked there? And they're like the worst team. What the hell? This is insane. I swear to God, like Kotaro at some point is going to just pop off, like stop, like just like go full on out and just like go to rewrite everything he can.
ナイフ取ってもらうくらい？
実際に魔物と戦う時でも天王寺に武器を取ってきてもらうの？
Fair point. Nishikuchi is usually practically pretty taciturn. When she does attack, though, she's brutally honest. I guess this is just what superhuman personalities are like.
別に西九条には言ってないんだけどな。俺が文句言いたいのはこいつ。
だったらちゃんと文句を言えば？建設的な文句を。聞いてたらただのパシリじゃない。学生気分引っ張りすぎ。無意味な波風立てないでほしいんだけど。
Like, sooner or later we're going to have Shizuru here and Lucia. Sooner or later. I wonder if like... because we know that Esaka took Shizuru under his wings. But she was also trained in this facility. I wonder if like this team, like Kotaro, Imamiya and Nishikuju are going to be like a trainers here. Like maybe Shizuru and Lucy are going to train under them. Or something like that.
はいはい。そこまでかばわれたら何も言えんわな。
かばってないわよ。スキルアップしてこんなチームさっさと抜けたい。
Okay.
けどチームワークがズタズタだとこっちの評価も下がるじゃない。上に行かなきゃ人生捨ててまでここに来た意味ない。そうじゃないの？
俺は
行こう、長井。
Nagai.
うん。
Who's Nagai? Taking our fourth teammate, where Nishikuji leaves us. Okay, I don't know who the Nagai is. What she said seems to be how she really feels. Nishikuji and the others barely speak with me. Rather, our team never makes a small talk with each other. We don't have the emotional capacity for it. Okay, we had some explosion or crash here. I hear a sound of destruction caused by another team in the vicinity. A loud, lively voice echoed from above us, so Mikuni is probably like from the top team or something. Like, we heard that before, like he's like a monster kinda. They blew a huge hole in the wall of the training building. Superhumans are stronger than regular humans. They're faster, hit harder, and have sharper senses. However, they have their own limitations too. Large hole in the wall of the building is building 4th floor is a clear representation of that.
くそ、素手であれかよ。
Yeah. Mamiya clicks his tongue. Nishikujo, who's frozen in place, is silent, but she clenched her fists so tightly that her fingers are turning white. As for me, I'm not even the slightest bit surprised, but we know that Nishikuji, like, at some point in her training in future is going to be insane. Like, remember that one time in, like, I think it was Chihaya Road, right? When she was, like, throwing, like, literally the, like, trees? She was, like, combing missile with trees from the forest. Damn! As for me, I'm not even surprised. It's height, I know, I will never reach. I mean, you can just rewrite yourself, you mentioned that multiple times. You probably haven't tried this at all since you started this training, right? Unlike the others, I've only grown used to our status as the hopeless failures. Okay. One day Mikuni spoke to me.
天王寺くんだよね。
ああ、そうだけど。
話すの初めてだったよね。
ああ。
江坂さんに引っ張られてきたんだって。
Yeah.
そうだけど。
へえ、本当なんだ。江坂さんって君をスカウトするときどんなこと話し？
別に普通だったけど。
普通か。
Mikuni looks
江
perplexed.
坂さんってすごい人じゃない？
そうなんだ。
経歴すごいよ。外国で民間警備を経験してるし、歴戦の勇士だよ。
Okay.
へえ。
この世界であの人を知らない人はいないよ。伐採系超人では最強ランクじゃないかな。あの人が新人をスカウトするってあまりないんだよ。
Yeah, okay, I see. He's curious why actually someone as amazing as Asaka recruited Kotaro, even though Kotaro is so low in rankings. And he's in like disaster team basically at this point in time.
さあ、見当もつかないけど、本人に聞くしかないんじゃない？
そうしたいのは山々なんだけどね。君の成績見せてもらってさ、こう言っちゃなんだけど、ちょっとわからなかったんだよね。特別な理由でもあったんじゃないかと思って。
I've decided this guy is going on my shit list.
仮に理由があったとして、それがお前に関係あるのかな？
ああ、そうね。
雑魚が一丁前にって思ってる？
いや、思ってないよ。
雑魚は雑魚なりに警戒するもんだ。だから理由は言わない。
あ、言わない宣言ってことはさ、言うに値する理由はあったって。
それも言わない。少し人の言葉を読もう。
That letter to mine seems to have pissed off
あと
Mikuni.
さ、上から目線、板につきすぎ。
Damn.
それじゃ本音垂れ流して、腹の読み合いとか向いてないんじゃないの？
Damn. I say my piece and leave.
同票だよ、君は。
Palm. I can't fire back. Because it's true. I can't even win against the girl in sparring matches. Okay. That's Nagai and Kotaro. The fourth teammate, huh? Two of us are facing against each other. The other got a knife in the hand. Nagai is one of my teammates. Mamiya, Tennoji, Nishikuji and Nagai. The four of us. Nagai. We are synonymous with the bottom four. Nagai is a pretty plain looking girl. She looks like she spends all her time in the library. Even her actual ability is pretty boring. Okay. She placed just above me in the physical fitness test. The booby prize, as they say. The knife has some red paint applied to the blade. That way it's easy to tell who gets cuts where. This is how we test our abilities. Also one of the few ways for us to pass the time in the training camp. We'll play this little game countless times a day, like some kind of the competition. Nagai steps forward. A slash. The flash of the knife, she tries to cut her opponent's limbs. Where she cuts won't be a fatal wound. Given that it's a knife fight, it's normal to accept some injuries. However, we superhumans are a proud kind of people. If you want to win cleanly without any red lines on you, then you have to force them to give up. Okay, this is getting weird. Am I supposed to play this multiple times? I could like theorize why we didn't have other choice during like Kotori sequence. But this is actually getting weird now. Why the other choices are not available? Don't back down. Okay, let's do that. Run to the side, back down. I don't have a choice. Like, I'm on predestined path. Kagari just created everything. I like these other illusion, like, choices really just like an illusion that I will never be able to click them actually. I guess like sooner or later I will, like, maybe after I finish this, I will try to replay this and see if something unlocked. But for now, I guess we are following the path that Kagari gave us or something. Through her fury, I think. So we'll see. The right move. In a knife fight, you have to be prepared for some injuries. It's not the most elegant move, but there's no choice. Several red lines suddenly appear along my left hand. Us pawns have to try and win like the pawns we are, no matter how ugly as things can get. It goes without saying, but it's best to avoid a head-on knife fight in the first place. That's why this is nothing more than the game. After withering my opponent's attacks, my time to strike has come. I focus my consciousness. I really don't have a choice how to fight here. So I attack from the right, I guess. Right. This isn't just my gut feeling. This intense flashes feels more like some kind of a foresight. My instincts are telling me the right option. That's what it feels like. I move without hesitation. She completely misread my move. I can do this. It's not just about outwitting your opponent, momentum is also important. I immediately go on the offensive. Though her legs fumble about, Nagai barely manages to step back. I quickly close the distance with a long stride. I switch my pivot leg over. Her left side is wide open. Laying the tip of my blade flat, I thrust it straight across. Nagai hands flashes. But it's not her knife hand, it's the other. A knife gets sliced into. Oh, wow. She can slice knives with her hand? Yo! Nagai knife draws a diagonal red line across my chest. We fall together into a heap. Yeah, I should have won. I should have been able to clinch my first victory. But I lost. The very last second something crazy happened. My knife got sliced in two and flew in the air. Both of us are just using dummy knives, not the real thing. So why did my knife get sliced? The cutting edge would have had to be pretty dang sharp for that to happen.
なんか刃物とか隠し持ってる？
She has trouble answering. Okay, so this is her power. So this is like a backstory, I guess, when we learned about Nagai power. Okay. I can connect the dots from there. It's always the irregularities that disturbed established theories. In that case, the irregularity would be a superhuman unique skill. Superhumans can generally be classified into 3 types: hunters, cutters, and polluters. Interesting! So I guess Shizuru is the polluter, I would say. Because like her whole power is to create something within her, you know? And she can also release these things. Like antibodies and stuff, and poisons, etc. The differences manifest in their specialties. Hunter types have abilities geared for hunting, cutters for slicing things, and so on.
浅い系なんだ。
Yeah, okay. Nagai comes clean and admits it. I guess she figured she couldn't keep it hidden anymore. Why would like they keep hidden their powers from each other in this like whole facility? They were supposed to be teammates at some point. Why would you hide powers from everyone here? Everyone has some power here, so why would you hide them? I kinda don't get this. You're the same here. A cutter type superhuman. Cutting. But with that action alone, such people devote themselves to push the absolute extremes of ability and efficiency to make the impossible possible. Cutter type superhuman can cut through a steel plate with a knife alone. And of course, cutting doesn't apply to that. Faced with organic enemies, their true value shines through. Humanity was chopped down trees and butchered prey that they've killed. It's a skill of extreme efficiency, manifested from the peak of the accumulation of all of that knowledge. Cutter types are said to be the most apt at close combat. I pull myself up. Nagai remains lying on the ground.
折れちゃった。
そういやお前、射撃は下手だったな。
Anyone but marksmanship can't possibly be a hunter. Oh yeah, actually... Shizuru... Yeah, okay, never mind, Shizuru is a hunter. I mean, she's using knives, guns, sniper rifles, like she's using everything. Yeah, Shizuru is a hunter. Yeah. The foundation of hunting is to be able to hit targets from a distance, whenever it be a bow or a spear. Yeah, and also Shizuru have like insane eyesight, so... And considering how long it takes for her to recover, she's not polluter type either. Okay, so recovery, polluter type, huh? Polluter types often have a secondary ability that allows them to control their circulatory system. Oh!
まさかゴムナイフでこっちのナイフを切ったわけじゃないだろ。
So Kotaro is the polluter then? Because he can control his blood, right? Bringing a real knife to the fight without bringing a real knife to the fight would be the foul
反則じゃ
play.
ないよ。切ったの。これだ。
She fans her fingers out. Her nails are cut short. Wait. She'd grown them just a little, and she even sharpened them. Nagai nods. Just because your nails are a little sharp doesn't mean that they can cut through a thick, hard rubber knife. But if anyone can do it, it's a superhuman and the cutter type at that.
ねえ、このことひ
言わないよ。言うやつもいない。
Like, I don't get this. I don't get this. Why then don't give each other powers away to each other? Like, wouldn't that be good to know, like, who are you working with? Like, if we have something to cut, like, wouldn't you just, like, in emergency, wouldn't you just call her out instantly in the emergency? Instead of like, hey, is there any cutter here? Like, what the fuck?
ありがとう。
Sounds like dumb idea.
それに
Really like dumb idea. Like the first thing And like their training sessions should be like, hey, show everyone your powers. That should be like their first assignment. I don't get this. Why they do this? You can let me in the comments what do you think. I lost entirely due to carelessness. If I'd been able to maintain my concentration just a little longer, the outcome would have been different. If only I'd constantly keep a variety of options in mind and continuously thought about them no matter how tedious.
私最下位になる。
今回
Yeah.
勝ったじゃん。
ねえ、部活何やってた？
Yeah, another one asking about the club in the school and stuff, huh? It's the first time she ever asked me that.
俺は子供の時からあれだったんで。
その噂マジなんだ。家で嘘ついてんのかと思ってた。
Okay. Nagai tends to look away and mumble rather than talk. She is complete opposite of Nishikuzu, who talks clearly and assertively. On the introverted side for the
人
superhuman.
と話す時、嘘つく余裕なんてない。
そっちも苦労してそうだね。私はバレエやってた。小6くらいからジャンプ力が出てきて、
Okay.
すぐに垂直跳びの学校記録を塗り替えた。
Damn.
才能があるけど、中学に上がって部活始めてレギュラーになっ
And
た。
then you had the ability to cut, I guess.
来てさ、
So you can't play anymore because you were just cutting the balls each
条
time.
件飲む代わりに中学だけはそこ卒業させてもらったけど、
Okay.
条件ってバレエ続けることか？
いや、できなかった。マネジに転校
Switch
し
to
た。
being assistant.
マネジ楽しかったか？
楽しいわけないじゃん。そんな気持ちのままここに連れてこられたんだよ。
Hmm. Yeah, that's the dark side of Guardians. The world has failures and setbacks too. This world. But what does failure mean to those of us who can't live in the world of open world, wide open world? I never gave that much thought.
ダメ。動きが丸分かり。
Okay, now training session with Nishikuju it seems.
だからよ、パワーもスピードもねえんだからさ、ちっとは考えろって。
Okay.
正直どう言っていいかよくわかんない。
So they like training Nagai, I guess. Even if I get worried after losing this much, and a superhuman that has more than just power and speed. Their senses should be much greater than average. They should excel at making split-second decisions, maneuvering and having a strong sixth sense for danger. As humans, their movement and reactions should be exceptional. I can't find any openings. If I have to attack,
やるか。
the ability to gain the power I want. My ability. I recall the lectures we had before. Okay.
超人の多くは固有の特技を持つ。
Okay, so maybe we're going to get information why he did not rewrote himself yet. Okay, let's see.
目から光線を出したり、投げたトランプを爆発物に変えるような能力ではないぞ。
Okay.
そこ中年予備軍の再訓練組笑うな。こういう言い方しかないんだ。先天的な特化技能のことだ。狩猟系と呼ばれるグループの超人は狩りがうまい。いいか、極端にうまいんだ。これはうまい絵を描く者は絵心のない人間から見れば魔法使いに等しいだろう。極端かつ病的に特化した技能、それは魔法のような固有技能とみなせ。弓のうまいものなら百発百中は当たり前。イルヤに意図的に空気抵抗をかけるなどして意のままに曲射を行う者もいる。ほとんどの場合、一人一つの固有技能に目覚める。
Okay.
稀に2つ以上の能力を発現させるマルチホルダーもいるが、まあ例外だな。
Multi-holders.
もしこの中で自らの固有能力をすでに見出した者がいるなら、
Oh, okay. So they... Okay, so maybe some of them didn't even get the powers, like unique skills. They're just superhumans, like in terms of power, but they don't have the unique skills. So Kotaro never rolled himself and never told anyone that he can do it.
体液を操るのが固有能力として。じゃあ、この
Yeah.
超能力の方は何なんだ？
You can control blood, so what is the rarite, huh? You are the multi-user apparently, huh? Maybe I'm one of those rare double skill holders. I don't know. I could improve my standings in basic physical fitness without training. Could that be considered an ability? I mean, if you can just snap your fingers and get like way stronger than everyone else, then yeah, that is kind of ability, you know? Tell me about abilities.
清水教官も言ってたろ、可能な限り報告しろって。
Okay.
あれは報告したくなかったらしないでいいって意味なんだよ、タコ。
Sure. But why would you hide this?
おめえちょっと甘いんじゃねえの。てめえがレアな汚染系だからって狩猟系の俺を舐めてんじゃねえよ。
Okay, so he's the hunter and Kotaro is actually a polluter, yeah, because he can control the blood. I see. I don't particularly dislike him, Mamiya, even though he swears like the sailor and never shuts up. The ability to improve my physical capabilities just by wishing for it. I guess you could consider it ability to rewrite. Oh yeah, title drop here. But there's one strange part about my rewriting. I can become as strong as I wish. It's far too convenient. In all honesty, I've never had any trouble with the PE or sports. And I have yet to pay the price for any of that. Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. What's your limits in this like version of the universe? Because last time we had our little clock that showed us how dangerously close you are to become a familiar, basically. To stop being human. But what in this case? Can a cheat like this really exist? If I keep rewriting myself, then I could probably catch up to Mami and Nishikuju. But what exactly is the cost of that ability? As I wish for it, I can become stronger. What exactly is supplying the energy for that? Thinking back, I always feel like a little anemic before and after rewriting. It's as if my stamina is being sucked away. I'm losing something. It's whatever I'm losing that is making me stronger. Okay, so he realized this is actually changing him. Okay. It isn't something I can use haphazardly. While we're marching, I amplified the oxygen capacity of my blood, increasing my endurance beyond my own limits. Okay. This is something I became able to do without having to rewrite myself. Okay, because this is the blood control, I guess. If it's something that I can handle myself, then I shouldn't strengthen it on a whim. There will come a time when I have to use this. And right now, it doesn't feel like the time to use it. Yeah, okay, so at some point he's going to be like, he will be forced to save them or something. Yeah. Great. The rubber training ball that Nishikuji threw bounced off the wall and hit the back of my head. Determination alone isn't going to get me the win. Early morning training. After getting up before anyone else, I came across Asaka with instructor Shimizu. And I'm the rock bottom. Sorry for disappointing you.
調子は悪いですけど。
バカ、何言ってる？
お久しぶりです。
訓練生たちの様子を見に来た。
Yeah.
期待裏切ってるかも。
そうなのか。
俺の成績もう見ました。
あ
あ。だったら。
Yeah.
見ての通りです。
現時点での順位など何にもならん。必要なのは成績優秀者ではなく戦力だ。
Okay. Okay, so basically, I mean, yeah, okay, I see what he's going to do for. Like, the test records doesn't mean shit. Like, what you do in, like, actual scenarios is what's going to be matter. Like, they can have, like, high scores and stuff, but they will freeze when something dangerous is going to happen. And Kotaro have, like, actual combat experience with familiars, like, sure, low-level ones, but he does have some combat experience. And, like, life-threatening situations he experienced. and maybe like the top ones, maybe like the strongest, the most gifted ones. But if they never faced in the danger really, that they will just freeze and they will just suck at it. Yeah, actually Asaka is correct here.
それって。
清水、私が連れてきた駒だ。少し指導するぞ。
Okay.
どうぞどうぞ。
そんな不公平はまずいんじゃ。
We're getting new instructor Asaka is going to be actually training us. Okay.
どうしてだ。
江坂さん、人気あるみたいだから。
Yeah.
俺みたいのが独占したら、みんなが
A fist smashed into my face. It hits me hard enough to send me crashing to the floor, with the blood trickling down my nose.
靴は捨てろ。卑しさが貴様をクズにする。
Wow. Okay. Okay. Asaka school. Yeah. Don't give a fuck about others. Like, being jealous about this. I can proceed what just happened. Even teachers nowadays don't hit their students. Now that's not that this is school, of course. It's a stark reminder that I'm no longer under anyone's protection.
根本から叩き直す必要があるな。来い。
Okay. He drags me away like some object.
出血が治癒しているな。
Okay, I already healed. Okay. So are we going to have some like combat training, I guess? Because it's been a while since we hunted any kind of cryptid and stuff. Maybe he thinks that that's the issue.
その止まり方は不自然だな。
I have a habit of stopping my bleeding without realizing it. If hiding your ability is more than beneficial, then I should change that habit.
俺の能力です。
正直だな。
別に江坂さんにバレてもいいんで。
バカ正直だな。
Yeah. Asaka shoots his blunt-edged sword without any sign of caution. Okay, I'm really confused why they're hiding these powers from each other. Oh.
こちらからは仕掛けん。貴様から攻めてこい。
Oh. Asaka aura farming. Holy shit. Okay, Asaka looks cool and hot as fuck. Yo. What is this road?
その前にちょっといいですか。
どうした。
これ長すぎて振り回しにくいんですけど。
The training knife I got is long and a little difficult for me to handle. And what, like, if you would get like wrong weapon during the battle, then what? You will just like try and politely find another one?
そうした感じは大事にすることだ。好きなものを選べ。
はい。
Okay, never mind. He actually let him pick something else. My bad. Even if I fight against him head on, I'm not winning. I need a plan. I actually have a choice. Wait, what? I actually have a choice. Okay, Asaka is specializing in the close range. So I would say I will take a projectile. I mean, I don't think we are winning in any of these. But projectile seems to be like safer, I guess, option. Because we're out of his range. We'll try and do a projectile. It would be better if I attack him from distance. I rummaged through the weapon lockers lined up at the walls in the training room. I was hoping for some kind of a non-lethal training machine gun or something like that, but there's no sign of anything along those lines. Since that didn't pan out, I instead searched for the non-lethal training rocket launcher, but that's not here either. Okay then, a non-lethal training anti-personnel mine.
重火器はないぞ。
Aww.
ですよね。
Guess that leaves me with...
ナイフか。
Okay, so it ended up in close quarters anyway. And, okay, so this choice didn't matter. That was the illusion.
仮に技能が互角でもリーチの分不利になる。
Yeah.
適切な武器の選択とは言い難いな。
そうですね。なら必殺技も使います。
ふむ。
Okay.
こちらには手品は使うなということだな。
そこまでは言いませんけど、興味ありますし、人の能力。
Okay.
死ぬがいいか。
Yeah, we never learned Asaka ability, I think, right? He replies nonchalantly, as if he were just asking if he could grab a fruit loaf on the way home.
すげえ嫌です。
私は伐採系だ。
He's a cutter, okay.
外すかで手加減というものがない。
Okay, he's a cutter. Makes sense. Why he's using the sword now. Despite muttering something awfully dangerous sounding, Asaka doesn't get into the fighting stance.
それ
Yeah,
ぐらいの
this
実力
is
差があるということ。
this is insane.
さて、どうせ。
I stand before Asaka and consider my offensive options. He's not in a stance, despite that he doesn't have any openings. As expected, I guess. Attacking, or rather, the physical motion of attacking still isn't ingrained into my body.
とっかかりはない。
I look closely. Various mental simulations of attacking flash through my mind. From left, the right, head on. On top of that, the stance, sequence of attacks, feints. Combination of all those things become infinite numbers of branches. A swarm of choices that can be called the realm of possibility. Which road is the correct one? I have to ascertain which. Save? Okay, we have surprisingly a lot of choices here. In like training session, in like battle sessions, I have PTSD from Muramasa now. Glad that like the back option was grayed out previously. From the front, gain some distance and will jump in. Distance makes no sense, to be honest. Like, Asaka have longer range, and you have a knife. What are you going to do with the distance? Like, what? From the front? Or jump in? I don't know what a jump in exactly indicates. I assume he means like jumping above him and slash or something. That's like not going to work, I think. I think like we should just go from the front for him. Ultimately, like getting distance makes no sense. Jumping is just leaving you with no ground to dodge anything. And from the front, you can at least see him, you know? And maybe be able to like dodge something, because you still have a contact with the ground. I'm going with the front. Oh! That's more. Use the knife. Toss the knife aside and go hand to hand. Use the dirt to blind him. Use my ability. Is that I will use my special move, huh? Use my ability, you mean like blood control, or you mean you will rewrite yourself? Using knife makes no sense. We have training knife. And he's a cutter. And even the weak cutter defeated us in this scenario. Toss the knife aside and go hand to hand. I think I would like to have hands. Dared to blind him? A trickery, I think he's like way too combat versatile for something like this to work. But he doesn't know our ability. So this may come into a little bit of surprise, so we'll use ability. Pff. Aim for the vital spot. We don't want to kill Asaka, and yeah, no. Maybe we are too weak. Maybe we should aim for the vital spots. Maybe this is a test. But I don't want to hit his vitals if we are going to even be able to hit him. Aim for anywhere that can hit. Or mix in some feints. I will mix some feints. Use barrage of attacks. Try to land one decisive blow. Let's try and use the barrage. Alright. Here's hoping this works. Abiding my choices, my move.
Mairimashita.
Ah, yeah. Didn't work at all. It was absolute failure. Okay. I couldn't even lift a finger against him.
お願いします。
よかろう。
10 more rounds, 10 more losses. In the end, Asaka didn't even use his blade. Ooh. While still dealing with the weight of his sword, he completely blocked my attacks with a single arm. With an overwhelming gap in our skills. What an overwhelming gap in our skills. It felt utterly futile, like trying to destroy the boulder with a pile of straw.
ここまでか。
はい。
限界まで力を出し切って、初めて技が向上する瞬間が訪れる。
Okay.
最後の一回。
やり。
I whip my body back up.
普段の貴様は思考がネガティブ寄りだな。そういうマイナス感情は我々のようなものには危険だぞ。
今はマイナス気分じゃないです。
I feel like trying to nab a skill or two from this old man. I think to myself, I ought to prioritize learning rather than winning. This is valuable experience. Yeah, actual combat experience. Perhaps even more valuable than live combat experience. That's let's give this all I got. Oh, we just get the correct choices, I guess. Oh no, different choices. We learned. Not from the front, not jump in, but from the right. Use kicks, go with headbutt. This is so weirding me out that we have like these answers that we never get to pick. Like, what is this? So we're going to use the knife. And I will erase my presence. Yo, what? And try to land one decisive blow instead of the barrage. Timing, footwork, speed, angles, briefing. Various elements that compromise a single movement combined into the series of movements. I leap towards Saka's left hand. He isn't moving, he plans on defending. I focus on one point that looks to be the most vulnerable. No, it's not, it's not a trap, I'm sure of it. Then I will attack there. I quickly close the distance. We found out his weak spot? Asaka turns his upper body, dodging my attack. At the same time, the pommel of his sword rams into my gut. It forces me to bend over, and I fall to the ground. Yet again, he finishes the match in a single strike, and I'm helpless. He probably held back quite a bit. The pain in my stomach recedes quickly enough.
天王寺。
Okay.
はい。
横に回られたとき、貴様の脅威度が変わったように感じた。偶然か。
It feels as if your threat level changed. Okay.
自分なりに考えた作戦でしたけど。
能力を使っていたか。
いや、全く。
Okay.
左側に回った。
Now that he asks, I'm not sure. Okay, so are you telling me that all of this is really like Kagari plan? Like literally Kagari is spreading the path here and she like added thought process for Kotaro how to deal with this and stuff? It was a flash of revelation. Would that be a valid answer? I thought it was almost prophetic to me. To someone else, it could just be nothing more than intuition.
なんとなくです。
There's really no other way for me to answer. His eyes look scary.
まずい判断でしたか。
Okay.
いや、むしろ
Perfect angle, okay.
理由がないとなれば偶然か。
そんなに良かったんですか。
いや、クズだった。
Okay.
小手先の技に頼りすぎだ。意表をつきたいのはわかるが、危ういな。攻撃はシンプルに力強く行え。駆け引きや心理戦を前提にするな。
Okay.
それは真正面から突撃するのが。
I did that the first time.
ちょっとつ猛進をしろというのでは効果的な打撃を短時間に集中して加えること。
Okay.
シンプルで効果的な火力運用こそが実戦の基本であり奥義だ。
Hmm.
なるほど。
同情試合とは違う。効果的な力押しがものを言うのが実際。
Okay, I see.
このこと忘れるな。
We're going to, I think, climb in rankings with this. The Teachings of Asaka Part 1. So my threat level changed. That means the difference in power between Asaka and I had lessened, if only for the fleeting moment. I can't even wager a guess as to why that happened though. I think Asaka have both eyes, right? Like, this CG of him, like, it never shows the eye under the monocle, but I think he had both eyes, right? Or he doesn't have one eye. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter. Because the left side is... yeah, he had monocle on the right, never mind. Interesting. His left side is weak spot. Ah. I can wager a guess as to why that happened though. And just that, as we were facing off, that was a brief instant where I knew exactly what to do. Yeah, I have a feeling like Kagari have something to do with this. The Fury is like telling you what to do. An idea, a flash of inspiration, as short-lived as a firework. I suppose it could be written off as nothing more than a coincidence. But that flash of inspiration could mean the difference between life and death. Anyone would think the same if they see a light when they lost.
自分でコントロールできたらな。
なんだ。
どうすればもっと役に立てる人間になれますかね。
私もかつて役立たずと呼ばれていた。
Interesting. Really?
江坂さんが
今でも運動能力では三国にさえ劣る。
Oh.
嘘でしょ。
だがそれはあくまで英雄としての話だ。兵隊に求められる資質は英雄のそれとは全く。
Okay, I see.
超人は傲慢なものだ。英雄になりたがる。だが私は兵隊として自分を鍛え。
I see, okay.
天王寺。
The difference. Don't be a hero, be a soldier.
それが貴様の生きる道となる。
Wow. The Baron Knights of the Green Sword. Rumor says that they are the strongest fighting force within Guardian. I don't think I ever heard about them. I don't think I heard. Maybe I did. But for now, I will just save and we'll end the episode here. I don't know how many episodes I've recorded actually. 1 episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes. I've been quite a while. Recording for quite a while. But yeah, I will cut this somehow, but this is the episode where I feel like it's actually a good point to end, so yeah, we have an outro on this one, and also it's late, so I will get to sleep soon. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will see you in the next episode, so thanks once again. Click that like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for Pocket Watch, let's get out.